Wagwan, everybody. Welcome back. Glad you made it. That's another So production. We're doing it on Wednesday, April the 26th, 2023. Welcome back. Glad you made it. Yes, we're doing it again. Thank you for joining me. If it's your first time joining me, buckle up, buckle down. What do we do here? We drop in every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And where can you subscribe, follow, and pitch in if you like? There is Instagram. Follow me there. Subscribe on YouTube for the full-length videos. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you'd like to fiscally support the show. If that's your bag, man. Not telling you what to do, but share it. It's all, it's available on the lines. And that's what we do. We just have fun around here. We talk about everything and nothing. And if you've been with me from the get-go, thank you for all the love and support. Sending it right back at you. Beautiful, gorgeous bastards out there. It is, man, it's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. The sun is out. The temperatures are still, April is still a little bit chilly-willy out there here in Toronto. But come May, baby, it's going to be sunny days. And then I'm excited, man. A lot of things are happening, and I'm just, I hope whatever you're doing, whatever's going on in your lives, I hope you're having fun with it. Enjoy. It's all a long, beautiful journey that we're all just where it's doing your little part, other people do their little part. We come in, we're all doing these little fine little dances, and it's really neat to see everybody engaging in different activities. But enough of the mushy, oh boy, got emotional there for a second. It's just emotions. It's a lot of things, and I've been thinking as per usual. But let's get into it. We're gonna have some fun. Let's keep it loose today. It's Wednesday. We're litty. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're litty. I hope you're litty out there. Flying high, baby. Flying high today. So let's see where it takes us. Ideas that I've just been thinking about. Let me crack this neck for a second. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh, that was a good crack right there. Nothing like a little bit of a good crack. Ideas. All right. Let's get into it without further ado. Firefighting stations, firefighters, firefighting departments, people who go and battle fire out there, who save lives, who are they're anti-fire. They see fire, they want to put it out. A little bit, somebody sparks a match, right there, somebody blowing on it. Who is that? Fireman or lady? These folks gather together in houses and they work out together, and they are on call, looking out for fires, and they're great, and we appreciate them. But in addition to the firefighting department, in addition to firefighting, the team could, I'm suggesting this, and this is again creating new jobs, going out there and doing things that we're not doing, that maybe we should be doing. Every firehouse, every fire station, I propose, just think about it. If you're with it, let's do it. Every house should have a Down syndrome firefighter. Firefighter with Downs. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it for a second, because in case of an emergency, there's good reason. There's good reason for everything. Let me get a sip of this before we get into it. Think about that for a second. There's a fire. There is somebody, let's say you grab everybody out of the building unit, whether it's commercial, whether it's residential, but all of a sudden you walk outside, and then because of the fire and the commotion, somebody's leg is caught under a car. Oh, what are you gonna do? And the car's heavy, dude. What do? Engage Down syndrome firefighter, dude. Just get them to bend the knees, bend the back, arch, just lift with your asshole, really is what you want to do. Just let out a big old queef and let that power just put it to work, is essentially what I'm saying. And that's you could have the jaws of life. Yeah, you could have 10, 20 non-downs firefighters, and that's cool. But I'm just saying, think about the added strength that nobody ever thinks about. It's just like sitting there, not being utilized. And it's more inclusive, I think. So next time there's a candidate who seems to be, whatever, everybody's got their talents, is what I'm saying. That's what it is, essentially. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Put it on the back burner. Write a comment. Make a video yourselves. Discuss it with your family members, your friends. Ever, go to a party and be like, what kind of conversation can I strike up? Bring up this little bad boy right here. Be like, what about Downs firefighters? How about we start doing a little bit of that? Can you get down with that? And see what they say. I'm just putting it out there, ladies and gents. Let's get a sip of this bad boy. Good old coffee. hits the spot every time. Other stuff that I've been thinking about. Today's gonna be loose, baby. I don't know where it's gonna go. It's gonna be an extra loose day because I've thought about different ideas. I've thought about the fact that maybe we should have a legitimate business where it's like maybe a business that's kind of like a schooling, like a program for like thievery and theft, crime essentially. School for crime is what I'm thinking. Because it exists, but I'm just like, why leave it to the black market where we can have like we can put you in a course, we can put you in a business. It could be you could be in a course in a business and then go start your own business and courses. It could be, and we teach because that's what it is. They say you can learn everything online these days, but there's I think there's something to be said when you're engaged in person doing the theoretical work, but also getting experience with the hands-on practical, with maybe sort of an apprenticeship of sorts. Think about that, because a lot of times, and you got to give it up to people. People do all sorts of things, but I'm just saying, if there was a school where you could start with the basics, let's go over the few basics. Let's start you off with the, there's the 5-finger discount. Start very small. The snatch and grab, the 1-2 shuffle snatch and grab. Combo that up with the 5-finger discount. Work your way up to small petty crime. Because a lot of times people skip steps, and that's the most important thing. You should not skip steps, no matter what you're pursuing out there. I'm just saying it should be, because if it exists, there should be a crime school where you can and then people could hire people that want, if you want crime, you could call a professional, because that's the thing these days. Too many people, the market is saturated, is what they say, and too many people just be like, oh, I'm doing crime. It's like, let's see credentials, let's see years put in, where are your 10,000 hours, fam, is what I'd like to be asking. And that's what, if you have a proper place, an establishment, people can be like, okay, I need, crime under 10 pounds, can you carry 2 things at the same time? And then work your way up, and that's like, you work your way up to items that are weighing all the way up to maybe, let's say, 50 or 100 pounds. Jeez Louise, now we're beginning to, you're like, okay, you got a white belt, or with white belt with stripes, white belt, whatever comes after the white belt, and martial arts, the orange, but I don't know the coloring sequence. We could, if you want, if you're focusing on the belt here, fella, we need to, okay, we're getting to some real essential needs and services that are required out there. So stop getting sidetracked and remain focused on the task at hand. I say, I start with like petty crime, move your way up to like, tangible things. And then slowly but surely you can be like, okay, what other goods and services can I, provide for people? And then you just scale it. It's scalable that way. And you give somebody a call, be like, I need this, whatever. You need this, I need this safe juked on Tuesday from such and such's place, whatever. I need this animal kidnapped. That lady's, whatever it is. It's just like, and it's, I'm just saying, it would be nice if there was a school, because that's what it is essentially. It's just too many amateurs, too many, and that's how it all. That I don't know. Think about that, ladies and gents. I think that's school for crime, and then like you could, and that's, you get to the highest levels. That's like, banking crime. You can work on friggin' real estate crime, construction crime, pharmaceutical crime, all sorts. And like, that's the thing, but it'd be like be like, this is what I want to do and I need a professional. That's where, because it's, if you want to do like, how would you on your own? You could do it yourself, but it's like, there's so many, it's just, some things are best allocated to a team, is what I'm saying. And like, that's when you go in from the get-go and like really start from, because it's easy to build bad habits early on. If you can like nip the bad habits in the bud, right? Nip it in the bud right there, and like, do everything step by. I just think it makes sense. Ladies and gents, let me get a sip of this bad boy. Once again, we are here. Boys and girls, it is, man, that's what it is. 2 ideas that I was thinking about. I've been thinking about other ideas as well. Don't you worry. Don't you just think about that again. Downs, firefighter, and also School of crime, dude. School of crime. It's easy to like just get involved with people that don't know what they're doing. Next thing you know, oh, how did this go awry? A little bit of due diligence, a little bit of, do your research. Read the Yelp reviews. It's take the median though. Take the average. You can't just be like, if it's being rated like everything is these days with stars and everything. I don't look at 1 or 5. I look at the solid 3s in the middle. Those are the honest ones. 1, you never know if you can trust it. 5, it's like, okay, is there some sort of a relationship going on with this school of crime? But whatever, man. What do I know? I'm just, we're just here doing it together, baby. We're just dancing today. We're just, we're, look at these hips. Look at these, shoulder blades. Putting the shoulder, yeah. Right there. Boys and girls, ladies and gents. It's Wednesday. And it's a beautiful day. And I wrote down a bunch of stuff that I'm now trying to oh man, that one didn't want to come out. Recollect. We're flying high today, baby. I told you guys and gals. Let's see. Talked about the old downs with the fires. Talked about that. Yes. Good. On track. Yes. Right on track. Right where I want to be. On track. Here's me being on the track. And then after that, we talked about School of Crime. That's right, School of Crime. And then we took a sip of coffee just like that. And then we had a difficult moment saying recollect. But we got over that, and now we're here. But now let's really try to recollect. What were all those things that we wrote the other day, last night? Let's get another sip of this bad boy. I can't remember for the life of me right now, so let's just go to whatever is available on the old Rolodex right now. And I've been thinking about this when I forget a good portion of that as well. There was a cult somewhere in Africa recently. And a lot of people died in the cult, man. And it sucks, dude. And it's somewhere around like 90 people died in this cult. I forget the country. I could Google it, but again, I'm just like, I'm not that type of fella. So let's just go with the country in Africa. Just recently, there was a cult. And 90 people, and there's nothing funny about that. 90 people died. There could be more. They're looking for more bodies. And it just, for a second, it got me to think about, man, like, it's crazy how cults exist to that level. Because like there is the element of like, I get a good marketing campaign, man. I'll you know what it is. But to have people go out there and like murk themselves, dude, to go be like, man, I want to follow this person. I believe the person that's responsible for this cult activity and mass, essentially, right there, it's he promised them that like through starvation they would meet Jesus, is what he said, and people did it today, like not today, but if they've been doing it, and that's a thing, dude. And you hear about these things and you're like, and we're all living our lives and like, but there's legit like, and there's bigger cults than that, dude. They're like, it's fascinating just to see, not the obvious, people that's, people, but that goes to show you, like, people in masses can just like get consumed by an idea of it and be like, yo, that's wild, dude. That is, I don't think that happens in any other animal species. Like, I've never seen a bunch of cows just get together, listen to another cow and be like, man, this guy, whatever this guy's selling, I'm buying. And he's like, you guys should not eat any more grass, man. You guys should not, and you'll meet the main cow. Don't you want to meet the main cow? And the other cows are like, who's the main cow? He's like, that's my cow, man. That's my dad's. You want to meet my dad's, right? Is what he'll say, or like something along those lines. And all the other cows were like, you know what? Yeah, let's not eat any grass. And that's when you walk by and you see thin cows and they're like starving, and you're like, what's going on? And then you gotta have like interviews and go intervene and find out apparently there's one cow just giving speeches and telling the other cows. But that's crazy that it happens in cows. And no, doesn't happen in, but that's interesting because like that's, guess they figured that one out, right? I mean, and we look at them, we're like, whoa, look at these dumb cows. And I've never seen that within any other animal group, which is pretty funny, come to think of it, actually, because the old good times with, so don't join cults. That's always one of the classic things, but they don't teach you that sometimes, because that's what you might even like, you don't know, you might be born in a cult. How weird could that be? Not crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Ladies and gents, let us try to recollect though. Let's try to recollect, because I did write a whole bunch of good ideas down. One of which, if you just, that's the thing, sometimes we're just all in a rush, just rushing around, man, trying to like, and like, the whole point of it all is to just like talk about it at one point or another, and it doesn't matter if you come to it right here in the first 2 to 3 minutes, or come to it here at whatever the time is right now. As long as we come to it, let's get into it before I forget again. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get into it before I forget again and digress on cults, which was it's still interesting. Think about that. If you're in a cult currently, and that's the thing, you're like, how do I even know? If you gotta ask, it's too late already, man. They gotcha. No, I don't know how it works, dude. But you gotta just like, yeah. If the argument's compelling, like, you'll meet Jesus, is what he said. And that's the thing. Like maybe like be like, let's see some proof of work. Maybe like one person that like some like, you know, because like, how do you confirm? Because like they're for like up to 90 people, and there's probably going to be more. Somebody at the, like, you know, that you'd think by the 10th or 11th person somebody would have been like, hey man, hey, is something like feeling a little bit off here? You know, it's like, no dude, just go with the flow. Anywho, let's not digress. Let's get back into what we wanted to talk about. With intent. With fucking intent. Oh, I was thinking, what's the most dangerous form of sexual activities that humans engage in? Not in terms of the activity of the sex itself, but really like the place of it. And top 3 places, and the most dangerous one, we'll get to. That one's very interesting. I think, and I don't think we've really talked about this one in depth. I think I want to go in depth into this one. I think we're going to go knee deep in this bad boy. I think we're going to go in all the way in and see where it takes us. Most dangerous places that people could have sex underwater is like, that's submarine level shit. You know what I'm talking about? When you're in the submarines, that's apparently, you know, it doesn't happen too often, but I guess it happens, and it is one of those most dangerous places on Earth, or at least within the, you know, all of this in the universe, that you could be engaging in the 69. Reverse cowgirl, missionary, the doggy style, cowboy, reverse cowboy, the lazy boy, and such. You could, you know, and you could do that in a submarine. Yeah, that's right. You could do all that, and it's like, you know, it's underwater, it's under pressure, it's dangerous, it's wild. Anything could go. Anything can go down. Anything can go up. Anything can happen, and that's what it is. You're not on land. It's not safe to a certain degree, you could say. Another dangerous place where people engage in the 69 and the cowboy, the cowgirl, reverse cowboy, cowgirl, missionary. Arctic research centers. That's also another place where people tend to, if you're gonna, most people tend to, stick to places of warmer climates and temperatures. The Arctic, and cold places such as the Arctic, there's not much there to keep you warm. It's just a little bit of, you'll find a little, housing, I would assume, with minimal equipment or whatever, or maybe a little bit of high-tech equipment. It is a research center after all. Can't be just like working with hot plates. But the point is, you're out there, man, you're in the Arctic, and like having sex in the Arctic is one of the most dangerous places where you could have sex, which is quite interesting. The wettest of places is one of the dangerous places, and the other places is also a place that's frozen but wet. So it's not wet, but it was water. It's cold wetness, essentially. An extreme cold wetness and dryness is where and that could easily be explained. First of all, it's cold, so you're prone to frostbite. Your wiener might fall off. Oh, what is that? Is that a Pringles chip on the floor? No, that's just my labia, sweetheart. It fell off during the sex in the cold Arctic Research Center. So that's dangerous, man. That's, and you don't see that, and that's the thing. You don't see submarine porn. You don't see Antarctic Research Center porn. Why? Because it's dangerous. That's why. It's anybody can be like, oh, a couch here, a bed there, a room here, a little bit of nature here, whatever. But that's the thing. Underwater in the submarine, that's the shit that, when it goes down, it's all like, yo. It does sound like one person's doing it, but I bet the echoing effect of the submarine would make it sound as if multiple people are engaged, and maybe the echoing will somehow trigger a reaction of all the other submarine members, and next thing you know, it's a submarine orgy. And maybe every time one person in a submarine has sex, everybody has sex in a submarine. I wouldn't know. I've not been in a submarine. So if you've engaged in the submarine sex and you have submarine porno, essentially is what I'm saying. What's that all about? Also pretty dope, not gonna lie. But also Arctic Research Center like porn it'd be cold, everybody would be really perky, I'll tell you that, which is like that's a benefit of that. Close the door of the old igloo when you come in, because we're shooting right now and my dick's about to fall off. So, but also, how does everything look? And you're like, and then that's the thing, in cold temperatures, your nuts would shrink. Ooh, nuts. Remember nuts? Because that was another bit that I was gonna go into, so let's not forget, come back to nuts. Remember that, someone. Your nuts would shrink, and it would actually look better, because when nuts shrink, it looks better, personally speaking. That is, like, when it's like, when the nut goes up, when the sack goes up, I think it aesthetically looks better. Like, you don't want it to be like, it's whatever, like, if we're talking like aesthetically for a shoot, at least. So, and Nips ladies, always pointing ahead in the Arctic Research Center that is cold, I would assume, because it's freezing out there. Same with your nipples, but although who gives a fuck about your nipples, your stupid non-lactating male nipples, you dumb male nipple man. Because what a stupid thing. If it's not gonna lactate, why do we even have them, bro? Jesus. It is okay, fine. It'd be pretty weird if there was no nipple, or would it be weird because we've just been so used to it? I mean, think about that. They're not dumb. I just got carried away there for a second. But it's just like, why don't they lactate? You know what I mean? Because it'd be nice just to have like milk on the go, man. I'm just saying, nothing, whatever, but it'd just be nice if I can like just fucking go to town, quench a thirst every once in a while on the house. Thank you. Be pretty fucking dope, not gonna lie. But you know what? We live right here. We live in the right now. Maybe that's just future talk. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So yeah, those are two dangerous places, but that doesn't even, like, we've not even gone to the place where we want to go. Let's go to the future. Let's fly, because it's Wednesday after all. Outer space sex, not a thing. At least not told to us, because I Googled it. Google didn't have any, like, images or information about sex in the NASA and the space station, none of that. And I also put it through, I've started recently running things that I want to kind of like be like, yo, what up? I run it through Chat GPT as well, so I'm confirming shit. Yeah, things that are of high importance, of course. Fucking priorities, dude. Get us straight. Point is, I asked Chat GPT, I'm like, yo, my bot, keep it $150. My bot, keep it $150 here. Have we had sex in the NASA and in the space, and he's like, nah, because it's gonna be apparently unsafe. And I'm like, exactly, that's what I was looking for. We're the most space sex. Not been done. Allegedly, dude. Allegedly, ladies. That's what they want us to believe, man. You're telling me, because that's the thing. I'm concerned from a purely, it's great that we're doing the tech. It's great that I like the fact that I like the fact that we do everything. And making rockets and fucking launching it to go up to space is kind of exciting, not gonna lie. The thought of going into space and, like, again, landing on the moon and the other planets is exciting if we pull it off and we can scale that shit, because everything's about scale, man. It's just, if you show it to me once, what can you scale it? Can you scale it? And also scaling, remember that one as well, because there was something about scaling. And brochures is also coming all together, baby. Keep that in mind as well, brochures. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta be able to scale that shit. Scale that shit. The point is, SpaceX. What were we talking about? SpaceX. Fucking, they're saying it's, yeah, man, they're saying it's not plausible, but that's what it is. If we want to go up into, if we're talking about occupying space and other, like, planets and shit, and we've still not even conceived in the space, we've still not fucked in space, dude. What are we even doing? That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. We want to get up there to see if, like, can we take over this shit? We're not just going there to, like, play space golf or space fucking laser tag, although that'd be pretty fucking dope as well, not gonna lie. Space laser tag. Pew pew. Right there, dude. But we gotta know if it can be done, and apparently it's like the whole purpose is to go up there and procreate and take over, and they're like, no, we've not done it because it's, like, unsafe, or it's not, oh, you might break the equipment, dude. Like, okay, you can fucking, like, make love a little bit, you know, a little bit on the mellow side. Don't go fucking, like, and I get it, it would be pretty exciting to do a little bit, I'm gonna say, if you're up in space, get a little bit lit, you know what I mean? Just, it would be, is all I'm saying. Yo, let's get a couple of, let's do it. Who's shooting the first Parna? And let's patent that together. I'm just saying, let's, you know, I think it should be done. I think, because that's what it is, because, like, if we're going to get up there and not be able to do the most important thing that we're supposed to be doing up there, which is procreating, because I don't want to just go up there and be like, yeah, the view's pretty nice, yeah, look at this, look how small and fragile we look from up here, man. It's like, been there, done that, dude. We know we're small and fragile, okay? Come up with some next. Like, it's like, what are we doing? So, I propose, if the equipment needs to be altered, I don't, you know, start me, and that's the thing, I never see, just when I see the new NASA suits, they look dope every time they come up with a new one and everything, but I don't see a pouch for the crotchal region, easy access, boom, boom, right there, you know what I'm saying, for the astronauts to bust a couple of, you know, unload. And that's what it is, man. And that's what it is. Think about that. It's apparently most, like, it's the one of, technically, yeah, because the equipment might get damaged. Oh, this guy's jizz is so wild, it's gonna damage the, get somebody with, like, regular, get somebody with not large quantities of sperm. I wonder who that fella could be, who shoots relatively, you know, I don't want to put a label on it or anything, or, you know, if you're looking for peepsies to be like, we need to, I'll procreate in space right now, dude. It'd be pretty fun. Let's do it. It'd be, you know, fucking, because that's the thing, you never know what your baby's gonna turn into if you have a baby in space, because everything impacts us. You never know, this baby might come out fucking, You never know. It could go sideways real quick as well. Will I actually do it? Is the offer on the table? You're the one who put the offer on the table. I am the one who put the offer on the table, aren't I? Aren't I? And aren't you glad that we did it together? Fucking SpaceX, dude. Think about that. That's the next frontier, baby. Let's at least, if we're not gonna do it on a planet, at least do it on the way up. At least do it in a shuttle. Do we have enough space in the shuttle? Because by the time we I'm just saying, let's think about all the options, and that's what it is, man. Don't be concentrating on all oh, what about the angle of the landing and how much fuel do we need? It's okay, there's other stuff to think about, do we pack enough granola bars? And how are we gonna get lit and party on this bad boy? Everything is of equal value, of course. Everything. Yeah, dude, you don't want somebody with a large load up in space. Fella, yeah, that's what it is. You're if we're gonna make porn, we're gonna make it with porn stars, and you shouldn't, because they come prepared with juiced up nutsacks that'll just be oh, friend, it's for effect and everything, but that is dangerous in space. I get that. Maybe no squirting either. Can we just make it just very simple? Just something classy, something tasty, something a little bit, just doesn't have to, but just the fact that because if we're going up in space and we're not coming back with results, what's the point of it all, dude? Think about that. Ladies and gents, nutsacks, testicles. I was thinking about what it'd be like to be a pair of testicles and embody it. You'd be one of them. There are two of them. That's the thing. These bad boys come in pairs, which is nuts. And it's cool that they come in one sack. One sack is home for the both of them. Would it have been weird if it was 2 sacks and 2 nuts, 2 separate sacks side by side? Would that have been better, aesthetically speaking? Would you have preferred? Write a comment, leave a note, make a video. Do you have 2 separate nut sacks? I've never seen that one. No? Anyone? 2 separate nut sacks or 2 separate pouches for the nut sacks? Would it have looked weird? Or would it have looked weird if all we're accustomed to is just regular sack, 2 nuts? And why the 2 nuts? I thought about it. 1 nut would look weird. 1 nut in 1 sack would look weird. Think about it. 1 nut, it would just be but would it be weird? Because again, this is all we're used to, 2 nuts, 1 sack. Do they ever, do they talk to each other? Do they acknowledge each other? Is it nice to have a little buddy side by side? Other limbs and body parts are they're not, nuts are close. Nuts are they're again, 1 sack, 2 nuts. That's do they realize, you're man, you're my ride or die. Do they say that to each other? No, you're my ride or die. You're gonna make me, I'm so, do they get does it ever get claustrophobic for them? Is it oh man, it sure would be nice just to stretch our legs? Or do they like it snug? Or do they like the fact that, man, it's just nice waking up every day being snug? One thing about nutsacks is that they're probably one of the most polite of all body parts. And that's between males and females, to think about that. Because every other body part is there. It establishes presence. It is telling you that I'm a solid, firm body part. Fingers, elbows, knees, shoulders, head, nose. Everything occupies a firm space. If it's coming through, if a nose is coming through, excuse me, the nose isn't going to adjust itself. Oh, if you are walking somewhere and there happens to be, a narrow doorway perhaps, and if the doorway's there, your elbow's not going to just go around it and be excuse me. It'll bump into the thing. It'll bump into the narrow doorway and be oh, no, because of why? It's out there, it's physical, exerting presence. But nut sacks, if you think about it, nuts in general are probably the most polite body part, because like that's the thing, people don't think about it, but you're like constantly walking and they're just adjusting. They're never like, I'm gonna stay firm in this way, and you get out of the way. Other body parts get out of the like, that's, think about that. It's essentially the most selfless body part there is, if you think about it. It's the most, because it's always like, it's basically like, it's a very polite, like, and like, mindful of other. It's always, because that's what it is. It's not like I'm gonna you step, you're crossing your legs, you're stepping, you're jumping, you're skipping, you're running, you're doing bicycle kicks, you're doing push-ups, you're doing squats, you're doing lunges, you're doing the splits. Everything is going on, and your nuts are just like very accommodating. It's incredible. It's like, I'll just scoot over here just for our comfort right here. Don't mind me. You do your thing. I'm gonna just and that's crazy, because no other body parts do that. And I think that is good enough reason to make the nut the number one contender for, the most selfless of all body parts. And that is across the board for both male and females, ladies, and equally speaking. Equally. Ladies and gents, boys and girls. Brochures are weird. Brochures are weird. Segue time. Skirt for a second here. Skirt. Brochures are weird because but it's also inspirational. It's weird, but it's also inspirational, because that's the thing. Before brochures came around, and it is by definition the French word that means to stitch paper together. To stitch, as I said, that brochure, to stitch together. That's the piece of paper that were stitched together would form a brochure. But before the brochure came, it was just loose paper. It's just loose paper. And then if you wanted an alternative, you had thick books. You had thick books and then loose paper. And then there was nothing in the middle. For thousands of years. For hundreds of years. Hundreds of thousands of years. Thousands of years. It's a good number. That sounds good when you say it. For thousands of years. People had loose paper and they had books. If you wanted something, it came in, like, if you were lucky enough, it was loose paper, and it was books. Handwritten, of course. And it was just like loose paper, which is one, or maybe two or three pieces of loose paper. And if you wanted more, you got something sturdy, you got something that was heavy duty, and it was like, oh, this is a thick book. It's a book that it's thick. And then there was probably one person like that just came along one day. Is like, man, it's time for us to like let's change the game. I'm tired of this like not having enough options. There's only like loose paper and there's thick books. Well, I want to be somewhere in the middle. And his friends pointed, his local villagers, I would assume at the time, also pointed and laughed and mocked him. And they said, "Oh, John, you're crazy, John. Crazy, dude. That's crazy talk, man. What are you talking about? Everybody knows there's only loose paper, and the only other alternative that exists out there are lots and lots of loose paper put together in forms of a book. So have your pick, John, and stop talking nonsense." And John was like, there's got to be something else out there more than just loose pieces of paper and or books. And then again, his fellow mates would, at the local pub would just be like, oh, we've heard this. This is a wives' tale. This is an old wives' tale. This is no different than a Loch Ness monster, man. This is no different than the old leprechaun. This is no different than Keanu Reeves. None of them exist. Don't be a fool. We've seen many a good man go out there chasing the alternative between loose pieces of paper and or books. Don't be crazy, man. Stick to your life. Don't spiral. What? John was like, you'll see. You'll all see. He said that, and then he went to town, dude. He went to town and he started experimenting. 7 days and 7 nights. Give or take. 4 or 5 nights. Solid 4 or 5 nights. At least 3 nights. 2 days, 3 nights. Okay? 2 days, 3 nights. A lot of, and he experimented with, like, he took one paper and then he took another paper and then he stitched it together and it was just like 2. And then he added 3 and then he added 4 and then he added 5 pieces of paper and he kept on adding until the point where it was just like, oh, well, what do we have? 120 pieces of paper that are attached together, once again bringing us to a full book. And he's just like, oh, I'm never gonna get the formula right. And he's just like, tossing it up in the air and then ripping it up into pieces. And then all of a sudden there was a piece on the ground, 3 of them, 3 pieces of paper attached to the remainder of the original book that he unintentionally had put together. That's right, 3. And then he's like, whoa, what is this? And again, it had been 2 days and 3 nights. So he's rubbing his eyes, he's grabbing a sip of the old wine from the old animal intestine, because that's where they kept the wine, in animal intestines. Think about it. Something. I don't know. It was, not the best of times for where you keep your wine if you're like a reg person trying to, Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. The point is, he took the 3 pieces and he's like, what is this? What is this? And then suddenly one of his friends from the old village pub opened his door to his chambers, to his rooms. What do they call them back then? Chambers? To his establishment, to his hut. Opened in. He wanted to say something to John. He was excited, and all of a sudden he saw his 3 pieces of paper that were attached together in his hands. And his friend, let's call him Paul, he's like, John, come back to the bar, to the pub. And then John would say, holding the 3 pieces of paper that were attached together, and he's like, sure, bro, I'll come to the. And then as he say, bro, sure, bro, I'll come to the. And that's when he's like, sure, bro, and bro, sure, bro, and he, because he cracked the code, the unthinkable, the unimaginable had just took place, and it was like roughly 1800s, 18th century, 1800s, somewhere around that timeline. French dude named John, with his pal, wasn't very supportive, but ultimately was, he was down with it. And then he's like, bro, sure. And then they got together like, oh my God, how'd you do this? It's crazy town. Because nobody ever thought we could have, somewhere in between. And a brochure is essentially just like, if you want something that's like not as hefty and thicky as a book with like way too much information, and the alternative of like loose pieces of paper just repel you and are not for you, there's always the brochure, dude. It's like 2-3 pieces of paper folded together, classically, typically, traditionally stitched together by, pieces of strings. Now you could fold it into like, you could get 1 piece of paper and fold it into 2 or 3 pieces, and that was, I guess, before they discovered folding. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday. That's right. It is Wednesday. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. What else has been going on? And it is Wednesday. And we're loose. Fucking loose, dude. Can't be any more looser. Man, we talked about down firefighters with downs. Talked about School of Crime. That's right, School of Crime. Talked about sipping the old coffee, so to recollect. And then we talked about cults and how they take place sometimes, and it's weird. And then we talked about space sex. Hells yeah, dude, space sex. Also submarine sex, also Antarctic Research Center sex. And then what else did we talk about? We also talked about a lot. Talked about a lot. What else is going on in the world right now that is, that's exciting? A lot of things. A lot of things are happening in and around the world right now. But let's stay focused together. Let's bring it in together, because it is at the end of the day, beginning of the day, middle of the day. This is all fun and games, okay? Don't be going there looking for meaning. Don't be going out there looking for meaning. Look for meaning? No. Sometimes look for meaning, but other times just have a look, is what it is. You don't need to look, so because that's what it is. Sometimes we're just like, oh man, what's the meaning behind it? What's the, does it have to have a meaning? Sometimes life doesn't make sense. Sometimes that makes a lot of sense. Like sometimes you might be like, why does Fox News suck overall? Same with the CNNs and any corporate media. And then you look at who owns it, and it's like, yeah. It's like, I believe for Fox is Rupert Murdoch. He's like a billion years old. And he's really extremely, he owns a lot of media. He's a media mogul, you could say. I don't know the whole deets of it, but recently I did hear that both Fox and CNN parted ways with like their head, one of their heads, and I don't know too much about it. I don't know what's going on, but I do see Tucker Carlson, Tucker Carlson there. Every once in a while he'll pop on the old YouTube. I don't know too much about. I did hear Don Lemon also has parted ways with CNN, and overall, yeah, it's just what I saw from that. What I get, I think it's great. I think it's if you want information and news, I think you should just get it from like individuals, and rather than large corporations. And like and you're like, what does it all mean? At the end of the day, it's like, a guy who's a billion years old and he's like shriveled like a prune, and he's got probably, small, shriveled, billion-year-old man wiener, and not all the money in the world can compensate for, shriveled old man wiener. And then you might have younger people, not the youngest of people, but nonetheless younger people compared to this guy who's like a billion years old. And most of these like multimedia corporate media networks happen to be owned by lizards. Point is, it's, I would say probably, if the younger, news anchors, or if they say certain things that might not jive with the old lizard brain is out there, it might be like, and I don't know too much about either Tucker Carlson or Don Lemon. I do enjoy sometimes watching Tucker Carlson's clips. I don't own cable TV. I've not had cable TV in ages. Like definitely like Fox and CNN was like back in the day when I used to live with my folks. Like it was just part of the cable pack. But like I've not checked it. I don't know anybody who. But that's just I don't want to be. I don't know. I think a lot of people just like are consuming on their phones and like tablets and computers, rather than, or when it is on your phone, but it's when it is on your TV, it's like, oh, I'm gonna put something on YouTube, Netflix, Amazon, this, that, and the other, or whatever, Disney Plus, this, that, and the other, and it's like, yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of like I see that as like, I don't even know what I was talking about. We went into somehow we talked about Rupert Murdoch's old lizard penis, and he's like looking at Tucker Carlson. He's like, man, that guy's probably got like a, respectable fucking, and he's probably right. So shout out to individual people going out there doing whatever it is that they're doing. That's what I see. That's, trying to like fucking like see what it is, and all that to say this, like, this coming in the next, in summer and spring, summer and end of spring, summer, when we're going to be doing some traveling, all that to say, I'm just excited, man. I'm looking forward to, and I'm ready for adventure, baby. I'm ready for adventure. I'm ready to like go out there and fucking hopefully on the way, you never know. You might run into, I'm hoping to like run into interesting circumstances and situations. Should your boy end up in the middle of the woods at a fucking Illuminati Bohemian Grove fucking get together, if there's fucking like, we're throwing up fucking triangles sticking out our tongue, and just, I'll see, I'll have to like from afar, I'll have a look, because you never know, dude. Low key, I'm like, if there's no like if there's gonna like, I don't want to get involved in anything that's like, you know what I mean, there's certain, and we've talked about this shit before, where like I'm just saying I'm ready right now in terms of like engaging in all the like, let's fucking like, let's go, let's do the dance, let's piss in a circle. If that's what we want to do, let's piss in a circle. Let's but as long as I gotta make sure, because like, just as long as it's like no Epstein Island shit, this saying, where I want to go to like up until the point of like, whatever the line is between, like, that's the thing. Let's put a line where the Epstein Island and the Lolita Express is. I don't want to be like, but you know what? Everything other than that, if it's just adults just having fun, if it's just like camping for adults, and we get to fucking like whatevs, dude, let's, unless it's all dudes, I'm out. Not to say that for, if that's what it is, and not to like, I don't want to shame nobody out there if that's what it is. I support it for you guys, but if it's just like, if it's just like good, like-minded people in the middle of the woods, happen to be a good spring, end of spring, beginning of summer reunion every year that we do, and I'd like, happen to be fucking like, I'm game, dude. Let's lather up. Let's fucking, let's do it, dude. Let's fucking, right there. I'm ready. If you guys want, I can film. If you guys want, we can run interviews together, tell good old stories, all sorts of stories, dealings, fucking all of it. And I want to like, and we'll talk to all types of people. I'm sure there's all types of people there. And yeah, it'd be nice to, because that's what it is. It's like, sometimes certain things are like invitation only, but it's like, also, it's just you putting yourself out there and saying like, yes, almost. You know what it is? Like, not yes, but I just want to like, what can a guy observe? Can a guy like get some like, can we talk about it? Can we just sit down and what happened to like, why don't just us knocking back a couple of cold ones and just talking about shit? You know what I mean? Because this is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. And yeah, man, it's great to see like corporate media kind of sort of like being on its way out. Sort of, you can't come around, man. That's the beauty of the internet. That's the power of the internet. That's the power of the peepsies. That's the power of individuals. That's what happens when you rub the old genie lamp and you're like, fucking, oh, grant me all them wishes. You didn't expect this. You didn't expect all the. That would actually be pretty magical, and it would be, why wouldn't the 3 wishes you got granted work out to your benefit? Of course they would. That's probably, it's, you know what, you got your wishes, but now you gotta lose fucking, whatever the fuck that thing is, that's out of it. It's out there. Anyways, boys and girls, ladies and gents, I love you all. We had an extremely loose day. It was fantastic. It felt great to just fucking like, just come here and just be with the gang once again. And when do we do this? We do it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram. Follow me there. On YouTube. Make sure you subscribe so that you get the notifications. And that's where you can actually find the full-length videos, because on Instagrams, it's chopped into pieces. Like fucking, because that's what we chop it up. We put it on the right there, right there. And then you're like, fiscally, what about financially? Can we support the show? Glad you asked, baby boys, baby girls, ladies and gents. There's always patreon.com/RobSadri. I love you. Have a fantastic, wonderful Wednesday, whatever it is that you're doing. Rock and roll. And I'll see you guys and gals out here, man, on Friday, baby. That's what we'll pick it up on Friday. Peace out.